It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to what has been a glittering endorsement of South Africa and, of course, a pageant that changes lives. In fact, it transcends what a pageant is. 2020 Miss South Africa's competition has, I think it's set a different standard, and it certainly is different from any other competition that we would have seen even before the COVID-19 pandemic transformed the way the process took place this year, as it has so many different things. Viewers and fans alike, I think, were able to connect to the contestants and even more intimate and indelible way. And we are being joined by Miss SA 2020 first and second runners-up, Thato Mosehle and Natasha Joubert, respectively, here to share a little bit about what must have been a life-changing experience. Ladies, congratulations to both of you. I've been digging into my vault of having worked on Miss SAs and knowing what it takes to get just to the final, how much of the pressure that's there, how much you transform yourselves to get to that point. Now throw COVID into the mix. What a crazy year. Maybe Thato, I can start with you. You had to go via social media, which is a completely new way, but maybe the way that we need to be doing this in the future. What was that process like?
The process started during May. Mid-May, I sent in my application. But I think what was something very special was to see how many people are willing to put themselves out there. I think it was a very good quality to see in people, that people were ambitious and people had a certain level of confidence and bravery, which I think in essence is some of the qualities you have to have as a Miss South Africa. So I liked that route because it sort of prepared you for the journey that you're heading towards. And yeah, unfortunately only 35 were selected from the videos, but I think so many messages were heard, so many passions of women of South Africa were heard, which I think was pretty cool to see, yeah.
And man, didn't we need that voice after the year that we've been having to feel proud about our country. Were you comfortable on social media before this process? What did it take to kind of put yourself out in that way? Because if you think about it, this is what we should be using social media for. It's not superficial, but rather meaningful engagements with the public out there. What was that process like for you?
Yes, I actually spoke to a few people about this, and I've never been so comfortable using my voice as during Miss South Africa. Because when you go into Miss SA, they want you to convey a message. And I just felt so comfortable on getting on that Insta story and being like, this is my message. I want to inspire other people to do the same, feel comfortable in themselves. So yes, actually before that, no. I don't feel like my social media had the same exact impact, but definitely during Miss SA.
And now, from now on, you know what you can actually use it for. And it's, I think you now are sisters because you've had a shared experience like no other.
Yes.
But take nothing away from the fact that you were part of the Miss South Africa pageant, that you made it into the top 10, that you made it to the very pinnacle, to that podium, which is amazing, but through a completely different process. How strange was it having to social distance and manage that, not have the massive live audience? What was that experience like? Did it tarnish it or did it enhance it? The fact that you got this one-on-one, very intimate time with these amazing judges and fellow contestants. What was that like?
I think for me, what COVID-19 taught us is it can turn out anyway. So we went in with fresh eyes, very excited to see the new innovations in the pageant and everything like that. So initially when we stayed together, we had to social distance, and I remember we used to share meals, but we had sit at 5 tables. So at every meal, we sit with a different girl, which helped us bond, because there's certain people you just naturally gravitate towards, but in having to sit with someone that you wouldn't naturally gravitate towards helped you learn about them. And I think that's why we're so close as the 10 that we are. And in terms of people on social media, I think we were more interactive than we would have otherwise been, because you think, I'll wait for an activation to speak to people. But we actually were aware of the platform that we had already. And we just networked. And we got so much positive feedback, DMs, people saying how inspired they are of us, telling us about their ambitions and dreams. So it was beautiful to experience,
You did have some support there, and of course behind the mask we could still see the parents smizing, the smile in the eyes. How special was that to have your family go through this? Because it must be a deeply personal journey you're going through, as much as you're exposing yourself to the world. It's this beautiful thing that your family get to be a part of.
I must say I missed them a lot. When pageant day came, I was like, I'm ready to see them. But I think not only having them there for support, but actually having them witness this once-in-a-lifetime experience with you was something so special. Seeing them afterwards and feeling like, oh, they're proud of you. You know, no matter the outcome, they're proud of you and they're there to support you regardless. And we are obviously very fortunate to be representing South Africa, so they're going to walk the journey with us throughout this year.
It is a journey, and it's a year-long journey, and there is a fair bit of responsibility that falls on your shoulders as well. You've got the sash, now you've got to use it.
Yeah.
What are you most looking forward to about having this opportunity? And if 2020 has taught us anything, things could change. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know what I mean. So this, I mean, you might have to ramp up your responsibility if we get another Miss Universe title. There are so many possibilities. What are you most excited about?
I'm really excited about just growing through the organization, actually seeing the change that I will be implementing through, like, supporting each other as well. I think Shudu, Natasha and I have visions that sort of interlinked with each other.
Yes.
So seeing what project we can work towards together, and also seeing how much impact we can have individually. I'm so excited about the impact that this platform gives us, yeah.
You've got to be proud of yourself. You've got to take a moment to really validate who you are. And it's got to be a cool thing to know, like, I'm okay.
Yeah.
You know, amidst all of this madness, I'm actually okay. What about yourself are you most proud of through this journey that you've been on? And what are you looking forward to South Africa getting to know about you?
About myself. Thato, help me out.
Treat it like a pageant question when one of the judges
No.
asks
I actually grew a lot. Like 5 months back, I wouldn't even recognize myself anymore.
Wow.
I've never felt so comfortable in my being, and I think I speak on behalf of all 10 girls, than during Miss South Africa. Because they just really push you to grow and like step outside of that comfort zone that you are used to. That I think what I would love people to know about me is like, every person have a story, and no one is perfect, as cliche as it might sound.
Sure.
Like there's a humanity part about yourself that I would like people to see and feel inspired through. Yeah.
And you, Thato, how are you coming to grips with the fact that from where you started to where you are now, and it's your achievement,
Yeah.
you've done this.
I've done this, and what I'm proud of is the way I've maintained who I am. I'm a very bubbly person. I make jokes all the time. I don't have one right now, but
Can you sing? Can you perform?
I don't have talent. That's my talent.
She has a funny bone to her.
Yes, I smile. But yeah, I maintained that from the moment I entered showing a bit of my personality, and I sustained that throughout. And even on that stage, I was true to who I was, which was always encouraged throughout the competition. So I'm proud of not losing who I am, and I will carry myself wherever I go here. I think that's a strength that
You can't actually help but to laugh when you're with Thato, but yet she's also serious when she needs to be. And I think
Like now.
she was she was literally the one girl you can go to and you immediately feel better about yourself when you walk away.
And that's
Natasha.
the energy you're going to need throughout this year,
Yeah.
because the country needs you right now. Let's be honest, the country needs positivity. The country needs to see amazing young women doing amazing things, which you have already done, so tick that box. But the year is still waiting, and I think we cannot wait to see what these incredible young women are going to still achieve. This holy trinity that exists here at the top of the top 10 really is impressive, and we're going to find out what is in store for these three ladies with this incredible year that they have at their feet that's on the way.